AUX channels. In this video, we're going to be going over what they are, why they matter, and how to use them to improve our mixes. Let's jump right in. Okay, so first of all, what's an AUX channel to start with? So the way I'm going to describe AUX channel as, I'm just going to see it as like a place where you kind of like store effect, as a storeroom for effects. Okay, so for example, let's say you have multiple vocals, multiple instruments, and each of them needs a reverb. Okay, so instead of putting a reverb on each and every insert, you can have a particular insert for reverb and then route every of those other sounds to that particular reverb. So simply, like I said, I just want to show you a quick example of how this is used. So you can see over to my right here, all this right here are AUX channels. So there are different reverbs for different purposes. I'm not sure I use all of them actually. So now you might be asking, well, why can't I just do it the normal way I do it by adding a reverb everywhere? And this is where the importance of AUX channels actually come in. Now, the first thing they do is that they actually help you save CPU space. So instead of having multiple reverbs all throughout your track, you can just have one reverb and then route everything to that track. So instead of having 10 plugins on at the same time, you just have one. Now, another reason why the AUX channels are very, very important is that they give you more control. As you can see over here, you can see that some of them, yes, adjust the effect, like the timeless right here. It is just the timeless. But some of them, you can see I have a delay right here and I also have a fruity limiter. And this fruity limiter was sidechained to another track in the mix. So you can actually sidechain your delays and you can actually EQ them. As you can see in the Supermassive here, actually did some EQ on the effect itself. And I added a sound equalizer on this, and I also added a reverb on the Supermassive. So there is a whole lot of creativity that you can get from using an AUX channel for your effects like this. So how do we go about creating these channels and stacking them towards the right and everything? So simply, you can just go over to any track on the mix, and you can actually just right click right here. And if you go down to dock to, you can see we can dock them to the right here. And if you do that, it just docks to the right, and we can go ahead and collapse this and bring it back up. Now, just so you know, your channel, your AUX channel must not be to dock to the right to make it an AUX channel. It's just for organizational purpose. Okay, so the way we do it is just, you add whatever effect you want to add. And the thing is that that effect should be 100% wet so that it only houses the effect and not any of the dry signal that is being sent to it. And from there, you can now go ahead and route anything at all. It's just simply, I just click on the effect I want to route to that channel, and then I go ahead and I click on it. This is the vocal right here. I've come to be right where you are. So this is the one that is routed over to this, as you can see, routed to this 4. So these 4 channels are what is powering this vocal right here. And now, this is now a very, very important part of your routing process. If you look at over this orange cord that is connecting it, you can see we have a knob right here. And now this knob tells us how much of this signal is being routed to this point. So this is actually how you control the amount of reverb or the amount of that effect that is being sent. So I can now go ahead and mess around with how much of the effect I want. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these other ones off, so I will just hear only the vintage verb and hear how it sounds. I've come to be right where you are. So if I increase it, every second, every minute, every hour, you can hear more reverb. If I reduce it and take it down, you hear no reverb at all. So this is just simply how you can set the levels for each instrument that you are routing to that particular effect. So the same way we did this is the same way we did other ones to other effects. And we just have this amazing effect on the vocals. I've come to be right where you are. Every second, every minute, every hour. Right there in your arms all through the night till dawn as I'm running it. So this is simply just how to use AUX channels when working on your songs.